Better off proceeding without Aaron Rodgers. Is that an overreaction?
It's not an overreaction. It's an overreaction. You guys make me do this every time I'm on the show. But he's not getting younger. We're still in a situation where the last couple teams he's been to, the coach that was there when he got there was gone soon after. I don't see why you would do this if you're the Steelers. It seems like they want to. I certainly don't see why you would wait and bring in to the possibility that he might tell you he's retiring anyway.
Yeah, and he said they haven't even offered him a contract yet. He may have better options. We'll see. The next one requires a setup. DeAndre Hopkins is fascinated by the idea of Kyler Murray going to the Vikings. You see, he tweeted, K1 and JJ would be scary. So I'll ask you this. If Kyler Murray goes to the Vikings, that would make them Super Bowl contenders. Would that be an overreaction?
It's not, because if the Vikings get competent quarterback play, they're going to be in this mix. 2 years ago, they won 14 games with Sam Darnold at quarterback. Last year, they managed to win 9 with pretty much nothing at quarterback, like actively detrimental quarterback play. So if they get decent quarterback play, the Vikings and with Kevin O'Connell have shown us they'll be a high-level contender.
All right, then the last one. Let's talk about the Patriots, who made the Super Bowl last year. Someone said they will repeat as AFC champions if they acquire A.J. Brown. Is that an overreaction?
It's an overreaction because the Patriots are, and they all hate this, but they're not going to play the same schedule they played this year. And I don't think it's going to be as easy for the Patriots in 2026 as it was in 2025. They could be the classic team that's better than last year but has a worse record because of the fact that, everything that broke their way in terms of the quarterbacks they got to play against, et cetera. So I think A.J. Brown would be a big help to Drake May and the Patriots. I think it would keep them a strong contender, but I don't think we should assume they're going to repeat as AFC East champions because Buffalo will get better and New England won't have the same kind of year.
So as we approach these things with some urgency, because obviously free agency begins on Monday. Don't let them call it legal tampering. That's an oxymoron. Free agency begins on Monday for all intents and purposes. But an A.J. Brown trade would be for draft picks. So really the window on that goes all the way through to the start of the draft. Yes, teams would like to make a move. Well, you look like you're going to question that.
Well, it could go further than that. But right, if you want this year's picks, obviously, yes.
So one would assume if he's going to get traded, it doesn't have to be next week. It would just have to be by sometime in April. Tim Hasselbeck, let me put the question to you this way. A.J. Brown plus New England Patriots would equal what?
Makes them makes them way better, like way better. You just think about the receivers that they currently have. The 3 starting projecting receivers right now for New England all average less than 3 touchdown receptions per year throughout their careers. So adding someone like A.J. Brown, who is a true number 1, when we show the highlights, when we run this video, it's evident like how dominant he can be. It's an absolute need for New England. It fits in terms of the personality and management of A.J. Brown because Mike Vrabel has a history with him, the respect, probably mutual respect that they have for one another. And so it feels like if Philadelphia is moving on from him, which is not talent-based whatsoever, that New England is the most logical fit in terms of how much they probably value him and how much better he would make them in New England.
Here's the bottom line, though. Mike, you were a GM, which on some level is kind of like being a shopper, and this is an expensive price tag, right? It's going to cost a lot of picks, and he's an expensive player. How do you think they view it in New England?
Yeah, great. I got some context for you. Matt, can you roll some audio for me, please?
What?
Try to get focused. If I shop at Neiman Marcus or Nordstrom or something, I've gotten to the point now in my life where if I want something, I can usually buy it. I don't, I'm sure Richard Miller and Elliott and Matt Groh will work and do everything that they can to help us sign the players within certain exceptions. I haven't even gotten that far. If you like something, usually just try to buy it.
I like that philosophy.
I've worked with a couple coaches just like that.
Yeah.
So A.J. Brown is going to the Patriots. We just don't know what the price is. In all seriousness, that is a head coach that knows we have a really good team. I drafted this player. He's exactly what we need. To Tim's point, we'll just pay the price. It's probably going to be a 1 and something else. But he said that so matter of fact, there's no doubt to me he was trying to send a message.
So you were in Indy last week, and all of you guys who were there came back with the same message, which is that the Eagles are holding fast, that they're not looking to move him and all that. It feels like posturing to me. That's what I would say if I was planning on trading him, or at least open to trading him.
You want to make sure that everyone knows you don't have to.
Right.
That otherwise you're giving away your leverage. And I do think on some level, like the Eagles feel like there's a price point below which we would not go. They don't feel like they have to get rid of him. He could be on the 2026 team. They've shown an ability to manage all the craziness and have high-level success. So they want a lot for him. The price that Buffalo paid yesterday for DJ Moore is not going to dissuade the Patriots from asking a lot for A.J. Brown, who's a better player than DJ Moore. So I think this could drag. And frankly, cap-wise, it would help the Eagles to wait until June to do a deal like that.
Joe.
The macro is about how many wins can he help provide? How deep can you go in the playoffs? The micro is the quarterback evaluation. When Drake May is playing the way he's played so far, at the price point he's playing at, you owe it to yourself to do everything you can to surround him with the best possible talent. Buffalo did that when they brought in Stephon Diggs. Miami did that for Tua when they brought in Tyreek Hill. You saw the same thing with Jalen Hurts in Philadelphia when they brought in A.J. Brown. Young quarterbacks with a lot of potential, give them the weapons they need to push it over the top, and then when they become expensive, you ask them to raise the level of the wide receiver
There
play.
is one very recent cautionary tale on this, and it is the Washington Commanders, who went further into the playoffs in 2024 than they had a right to expect, and then had this offseason, we're like, well, let's get Deebo Samuel, let's get these plug-and-play guys. We're right there on the cusp. It didn't work out. Patriots went a little deeper into the playoffs than I think their talent level indicated they should have. They need to remember where they are in their point and at this point in their development, and not just go out and grab the one missing piece.
But Greedy, just sitting in that seat and going back to what Coach Vrabel was alluding to, which is at 31, fill in the blank, Omar Cooper, Casey Concepcion, you're probably going to get a good receiver. A.J. Brown is a number one. So if we have to go pay for that a little bit more, we're at a point, to Joe's point, in our program, like our window is right now, let's go pay that premium if we can.
All right, the league's window opens on Monday. Once again, free agency will come. There's so much football out there. But to the basketball next, Lakers right now running on thin air. What last night means in Denver for the future